Also, ladies and gentlemen, PNP patrollers and transformation champions, let us now witness the reporting of the accomplishments of ProCorps in its PNP Patrol Plan 2030 journey. Please welcome Police Brigadier General Ronald Oliver Lee, ProCorps Regional Director.
Before I proceed with my presentation, allow me first to acknowledge all the participants for this activity. I would like to acknowledge Police Brigadier General Bati Dillon, the Acting Director of Directorate for Operations, sir. Welcome to Cordillera, sir. The members of the National Advisory Group for Police Transformation Development, headed by Police Brigadier General Noel Baraceros, the Chairman, sir. Ma'am Commissioner Seni F. Brosas, Napolcom Commissioner, Professor Jose S. Navarro, Honorable Margarita Pejuico, who is on virtual platform, Police Colonel Carlito M. Gases, Police Colonel R.C. Nanet Madriaga. And from the Regional Advisory Group, we have Engineer Eduardo N. Meneses, the Chairman, Ma'am Donna Digna S. Rosario, the Vice Chairman, and Professor Albert G. Gingino Jr. as Secretary. From the Center for Police Strategy Management, we have Police Brigadier General Randolph Y. Balonglong, Director of CPSM, and Police Colonel Victor Arevalo, the Deputy Director who is attending through virtual platform. And with me are the ProCorps Command Group, yours truly, and Brigadier General Lawrence Coop, the DRDA, who is attending the wedding of his daughter in Manila. We have our DRDO, Colonel John Chua, Police Colonel Ramil Sacodia sa CRS, and all the R staff here. I am Police Brigadier General Ronald Oliver Lee, the Regional Director of ProCorps, Cordillera. Today, I will present an overview of ProCorps' accomplishments in our journey towards institutionalization. The sequence of my presentation is shown on the screen. Let me start with an audiovisual presentation.
Prior to the implementation of the PGS in the PNP, several realities in the organization were identified. These realities also applied to ProCorps prioritization. To name a few, there was no centralized system in the recording and reporting of police information, including crime data. Police programs were implemented to advance personal interest. Data had simply been for records purposes with no system for analysis and evaluation, and there was no system for accountability. Systems and strategies emanate from the top leadership, not considerate with the peculiarities of the line units, and there is no established correlation between and among yearly accomplishments, as these are not properly processed. Noting these realities, ProCorps adopted a good governance program geared towards a change agenda to set strategic direction to attain a centralized goal. First of which is that activities in the line units will contribute in alignment with those of the higher offices. Line units will develop their best practices and design initiatives to address their peculiarities. Establish data monitoring and recording system where statistics will be analyzed. And the community will be given a proactive role in the strategy formulation and evaluation. While implementing the change agenda, the following issues were encountered. Initiatives and best practices emanating from the region in its lower units are not covered by the ALPB. This was remedied through strong partnership with stakeholders such as the LGUs. The challenge now is the allotment of budget by the PNP to unit-initiated activities so as not to depend on LGUs and ensure sustainability of programs. Relatedly, the resistance to change first identified as a challenge was addressed through continuous cascading and the sustained effort of all ProCorps units in undergoing the phases of the PGS. Despite these concerns, ProCorps pushed its way through the challenges and established our charter statement and strategy roadmap. Our unit's scorecard evolved to maintain measures and strategic initiatives significant to the attainment of our target.
ProCorps' journey officially took off after it passed the initiation stage and was conferred the Gold Eagle Award on December 2013. Subsequently, all our line units were also initiated, with 5 achieving Eagle Awards. In the compliance stage, ProCorps Cordillera was conferred the Silver Eagle Award on August 2015. Thereafter, certified all its lower units the compliance status, awarding 33 Silver Eagles in the process. In the proficiency stage, the Golden Eagle landed back to Procor when it was conferred the proficient status on January 2018. Subsequently, all its lower units were conferred the proficient status with 75 silver and 9 Gold Eagle awards. On our cascading framework, all our personnel were cascaded about the transformation program, while continuous cascading is being conducted to both internal and external stakeholders to address challenges and sustain the buy-in we have attained. The Procor scorecard is fully aligned with the national scorecard, down to our line units and individual personnel. Our strategies are likewise aligned with the trust of the organization. In our implementation of the communications plan, our accomplishments had been in the increasing trend as we use variety of channels to the tri-media to cascade the strategy. Effectiveness of the strategy is primarily measured through our web-based online community engagement survey and electronic personal engagement survey supported by validation studies. In this journey, our primary partners are our ever-supportive advisory groups from the regional level down to our line units. The Procor Regional Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development is one among the first to be organized on May 2012. At present, the group is headed by Engineer Eduardo Meneses as its chairman, with 18 other regular members. The group is governed by a comprehensive terms of reference. It is created from 12 relevant sectors of the community and is currently composed of 5 committees. Too many to mention. The following are few of the value-adding contributions of the Regional Advisory Group. They sponsor skills training for PNP personnel and serve as speakers in PNP seminars such as data analysis, foreign police, and impact evaluation trainings, among others. In the compliance and proficiency evaluation process of our line units, they serve as panel members, strengthening their partnership with other advisory groups. For career development, they granted scholarships to Procor personnel for their master's and doctorate degrees. They give recognition and ensure the timely release of benefits for the families of personnel wounded or killed on police operation. They were instrumental for the establishment of a closer partnership with the different universities for cascading and symposiums. They assisted in the modernization of Procor, such as in the installation of CCTVs and the upgrading of the Regional Tactical Operations Center. By virtue of their office, they provided logistical and financial support for their police. They are very active in community affairs development activities, serving as donors and partners in the barangay anihans, donating computers to our offices and school beneficiaries, distributing grocery items to adopted families, and distributed food packs to frontliners. Through their media platforms, they made Procor accomplishments, good deeds, and acts of kindness known to the public. Their initiative also led to the building of the Maringal Lecture Hall and the covering of our multipurpose hall that served as our guaranteed facility during the pandemic. They were instrumental for the conduct of validation surveys and impact evaluations, proving the effectiveness of Procor initiatives. They generously shared their time and insights in strategy and operations reviews. They also conducted 43 regular and special meetings within the period. The productivity of their meetings could be gleaned through their numerous resolutions, from which several were commended by the former TDCA or the chairman of the Technical Working Group in 2017. Consolidated numeral value of the contributions of the advisory groups down to the line units reached over 226 million pesos. The Regional Advisory Group was the first to be recognized as the most outstanding regional advisory council for 2015. Over the years, they maintained their place as among the best nationwide. Another key player is the Procor Technical Working Group for PNP Patrol Plan 2030, currently It is headed by DRDA Police Brigadier General Lawrence Cook. The technical working group conducts regular meetings and strategy and operations reviews. As a result, several enabling resolutions were crafted, leading to the development of more responsive measures and initiatives in the regional scorecard. Their diligence as part of the cascading and audit teams resulted to the conferment of the proficient status to all our line units. The fully manned RPSMU is headed by Police Colonel Ramil Sacolles. The unit maintained the internal monitoring systems such as the strategy and operations reviews and served as secretariat for all the activities of the technical working group and the regional advisory group. They directly contributed for the institutionalization of the national headquarters when the PRO was visited by the external auditors from PricewaterhouseCoopers. The RPSMU conducted numerous cascadings to stakeholders done in partnership with the different sectors of the community. In the CPSM monthly functionality monitoring, PROCOR is consistently rated with 100%. These efforts made RPSMU the first to be recognized as the best RPSMU nationwide for 2015 and remain as such throughout the years. On our governance practices, our regular strategy and operations reviews are conducted with our strategy partners. Measures and initiatives provided were likewise regularly monitored and updated. The sustained monitoring and assessment of accomplishments resulted to the identification of key success factors and the crafting of interventions, leading to the accomplishments of scorecard targets. On our initiatives management, all initiatives are being implemented by adequate, capable, and fully trained personnel whose roles and responsibilities are specified and monitored through their individual scorecards. These initiatives are aligned with the AOPV and have adequate budget that were timely released. To gauge their financial effectiveness, PROCOR conducted best cost-benefit analysis, which proved that all our initiatives are beneficial and significant to the attainment of our goals. Similarly important with the funds, all initiatives have complete and highly serviceable logistical requirements. Monitoring and inspections are regularly conducted to ensure that the enabling logistics are always at their highest possible serviceability. Giving importance to the morale and welfare of personnel, PROCOR has been generous in issuing awards and incentives. All initiatives have established procedures and processes serving as key success factors for the measures in our scorecard. PROCOR prides itself with its innovations. Aside from its emerging best practices, it has 5 practices approved and duly endorsed to the National Board. The latest is the e-dashboard, which is a system that automated the consolidation of reports, particularly the respective tactical and operational dashboards of the lower units, minimizing use of resources to the benefit of CORDILLERA. The Geographic Information System based crime analysis is a management tool used by tactical commanders to analyze crime trends in their respective areas, to effectively deploy the resources where it matters most. The web-based Geographic Information System, or the PROCOR Crime Mapping, was designed for public awareness of the crime incidents happening in their community. We also endeavored ourselves to evaluate our performance by assessing the public's trust and respect, perception of safety and security, and performance satisfaction. For this purpose, we developed the web-based online community engagement survey. Equally important is gauging the morale of our personnel. For this, we sustain our personal engagement survey to be always abreast with the sentiments of our personnel. PROCOR attained 9 breakthroughs under the 4 strategic perspectives of transformation roadmap. In the past, police stations were loaned or rented, not designed for policing. They were highly susceptible to enemy harassment and do not provide security and appropriate working environment to personnel. Their unpleasant appearance is not inviting to clients, negatively affecting unit performance. Through the transformation program, in-depth analysis on the lack of police stations and their strategic locations was made. Cascadings and dialogues were conducted with stakeholders, gaining their buy-in and commitment to help Procor for them to donate the required lots for the construction of PNP buildings. Since the initiation stage, this partnership resulted to a total of 36 lots donated, showing the strong support of our stakeholders. Within the period alone, 30 projects were procured and completed, leading to the increasing percentage fill-up of standard police stations in the region. Apart from this, other noteworthy infrastructures were completed, such as the Maringal Lecture Hall, the covering of the multipurpose hall, ongoing one-stop shop building, and PNCO quarters. Timely with the intensified cleanliness policy, the new and clean stations became a symbol of peace and order in the community who felt welcome in the client-friendly stations.
The building is more, syempre na-improve with all the facilities, fast communication to the people. Nagpintas na modernized na. And of course, digito'y population ako na nag-aaral kayo, nag-schooling kayo, the education of the officers. Siyempre, the building fits the personnel na. With your high salary, naging better service.
Procor gave premium to
Ito sa new, may specifications mga yan. May floor plan, depende sa type ng building. So, ngayon, yung building integrity niya, mas better siya. Yung mga gamit sa loob, mas kompleto na rin siya. At safety naman, mas safer naman tirahan talaga itong new PNP buildings natin.
Procor gave premium to its greatest assets. Thus, for morale and welfare, 211 activities were accomplished as new measure in 2018. This greatly increased for more than 63% in 2019, overshooting to 43% in 2020. This accomplishment brought about boost in morale of personnel and closer relationship with God, further leading to their dedication, productivity, and discipline. They pledged to continue performing their jobs well, guided the value of Inayan. Relative to the measure, are the trainings conducted where more than 100% of the target was constantly attained within the period. Aside from the bullet test, we conducted our own regional SWAT challenge. We accomplished this at the time of the pandemic, where most PNP activities were stalled, showing our commitment to ensure operational readiness at all times. With these breakthroughs, discipline is instilled such that there was a remarkable drop in the administrative complaints against PNP personnel from 73 in 2017 to only 30 in 2020, while the 127 personnel charged dropped to only 50. This led to Procor's recognition as the home of the most disciplined cops.
Bayan, itinuturing ngayon na pinakadisiplinado ang mga pulis na nakatalaga sa Cordillera Administrative Region. Ayon mismo yan sa National Police Commission o NAPOLCOM. Sa record ng pulisya, mga katutubong igurot ang karamihan o mahigit 90% ang mga pulis sa naturang rehiyon. Sa 6,000 pulis, 1% lamang sa mga ito o walang 100 ang may mga kasong kinakaharap. Karamihan pa mga petty offenses tulad ng late at absent ang mga kaso. Wala rin kahit isa sa kanila ang nagpupositibo sa mandatory drug testing na isinagawa sa kanilang hanay.
Under the process excellence perspective, our joint police community initiated activities accomplished more than 26,000 in 2017 and grew to almost 33,500 in 2020. These were made possible through close partnership with the different sectors of the community. Through Memorandum of Agreement with the DSWD, DepEd, Department of Agriculture, and DNR, variety of community activities were conducted. In the aftermath of Typhoon Ulysses, we were ahead of the line in bringing aid to Cagayan and the Bicol region, bringing with us the heart of our stakeholders. Our personnel shared from their own more than 3.4 million pesos. Further, personnel donated 4.1 million pesos for the completion of a hanging bridge in Sadanga Mountain Province, the home of Mayor Gabino Ganggangan, a former NPA member who is now our close partner against terrorism.
If you come here, just like we do before, nung wala pang sasakyan, dalawang barangay dyan, Annabelle, Butuagan, when they come here, You have to walk that road and then climb that steep. And I usually do that at the hit. Nagtaka ako because your COP came asking kung ano daw ang project na gusto mo where we can help. Gusto ko may continue yung peace program. I'll not be thinking of new project. Continue na lang natin yung start. I wrote itong number 3. Medyo, I was so humbled. Nung narinig ko na it's your self-initiative pala, you are not using government funds. Na parang chip-in na lang ng mga kwan to come up with the needed fund.
Mayaman ka ni Yoshi, kaya yung naibayaan ka na. Tinagdan na dawat na si Mayor, may si Mayor. Ade na ang amo gayang ay sasya na, ito na ay mang-dawat at tanda ka yung bali 3 hours ay magbag na kanisisa ay wala na papagkatin nga ay tabi no amin.
These financial aids were different from the 11.7 million pesos first donated to the PNP's Kapwa Ko Sagot Ko program for victims of the COVID-19 pandemic. In the Adopt a Family program, we gave long-term projects such as Pabahay with 46 turnover to date, Pailaw projects with 26 completed, 19 Patubig projects, wherein 1 went viral with the show of strength of our personnel, and 187 high-impact projects such as livelihood programs. With the pandemic bringing tourism down to rock bottom, Procor visited tourist destinations for promotion and has a two-pronged strategy to conduct foot patrol and maintain the BMI of personnel since the suspension of physical activities. We conducted joint anti-terrorism activities such as the community support programs in the Dumanon, Makitongtong in support to the NTF-LCAP. Countering the propaganda of the CPP and PNDF, the former regional director brought the battle at their doorstep through a cyber libel case. This showed our resolve that the CNN cannot exploit the different media platforms for their deceptive tactics. Appreciating our efforts against terrorism, all the LGUs of the Cordillera declared the CPP and PNDF as persona non grata, as a strong condemnation of the terrorist organizations, thereby diminishing their movement. With the responsive community, we recorded 430 CTG members surrendered. This is apart from those neutralized during police operations. In the spirit of Aluyon or Bayanihan, our personnel are the primary responders as ambulansyang dipaa in places with no roads.
Ilang pulis sa Cordillera tinaguri ang ambulansya dipaa dahil sa pagbubuhat ng mga pasyente patung ospital.
Yan ang pinatunayan ng ilang Cordilleran pulis na nagsisilbing paa ng ilan na nangangailangan ng tulong. Sa video na ito, makikitang buhat-buhat ng mga pulis ang dalawang senior citizen na kalalabas lang ng ospital at pauwi na sa Kalinga. Dahil sa katandaan, hindi na nila kaya pang maglakad. Hindi rin kayang makadaan ng kahit anong sasakyan papunta sa kanilang bahay dahil matarik at wala pang kalsada sa lugar. Ambulansya di paa ang tawag sa mga pulis na nagbubuhat sa mga individual na kailangang dalhin sa pagamutan.
On the reduction of index crime, from 2016, a sharp fall to 7.83 incidents were recorded in 2017. This decline was sustained such that for 2020, that data rested at very minimal 2.71, which is a huge 85.52% decrease from the baseline. These were attained through the assertive implementation of community partnership activities, enhanced managing police operations, and the sustained use of our best practices. We use our cultural practices for crime prevention and thwart the escalation of conflicts. Notable example was our continuous engagement with the Council of Elders of the Botbot and Betwagan tribes of Kalinga and Mountain Province, preventing further hostilities. Moreover, the reduction of crimes was highly affected by our efforts against illegal drugs, wherein Procor was recognized for the 6.7 billion worth of confiscated and destroyed drugs and precursors at the onset of the campaign. Sustaining our efforts, the former regional director personally conquered several days of walk to the edges of the Cordillera for marijuana eradication. As shown, with the 31 million worth of drugs confiscated in 2017, it increased to over $500 million in 2020. The collective efforts of the PNP, LGU, and the community led to sustained decrease of criminality in the barangays to drop to nearly zero. Residents became cooperative and developed the common vision of a peaceful and progressive community. We attained breakthroughs on our index crime solution efficiency with 18.45% positive variance in 2017, 22.30 in 2018, 10.21 in 2019, and hugely grew to 27.72 in 2020. On our index crime clearance efficiency, an increase of almost 27% was attained in 2017. This was sustained to maintain 39.54% in 2020 compared to the baseline. Directly attributed with these accomplishments are the highly motivated, fully trained personnel in a GIS BCA for the police can pinpoint crime trends, areas of concern, crime clock, victimization, and other crime data for strategic development. On community perspective, the community's overall appreciation was gauged through the following breakthroughs on our regional trust index. From a relatively high 89.5% in 2012, ratings grew to reach an impressive 97% in 2016. With this as the target, we stayed way above to record consistent positive variance within the period to reach a remarkable 98.56% by the second quarter of 2021. Satisfaction started with a 91.70% in 2012 that grew to 97% in 2016. With that as the target, similar trend of positive variance was noted throughout the years to reach an almost perfect rating of 99.12%. The community agrees with this data.
Sa ngayon, ang mga kapulisan pala maka-komunidad, makamasa ba? Kasi sa tuwing merong activity or merong gawain sa barangay, andyan yung visibility nila. Kitang-kita mo yung gaano nila gustong baguhin yung imahe. That ang mga pulis ay kaibigan at hindi dapat katakutan. Andyan sila ready na umalalay for an LGU, for organization ng mga kabataan na mga plano or decision para at least magkaroon ng programa that it realize the purpose na para sa community. The police performance is actually now, in general, it's really commendable because napatunayan na ng mga services na binigay nila. Yung mga actions speaks or it really justifies yung sabi namin na it is worth commendation.
For safety index, starting with the rating of 84.1%, perception increased to 97% in 2016. Setting this as a target, growth was sustained to reach 99.14% at the second quarter of 2021. The following video shows the agreement of our citizenry.
Dati, di sila nagsusurvey ng sa mga barangay-barangay, pero ngayon malaking pagkaiba dahil umiipot na sila sa mga barangay. Pag magtanong kami, mga mabait sila, sinasagot kami ng maayos. Pinupuntahan kami pag nagtawag kami, mas lalo yung mga maingay, mga lasinggirong pasaway. Ay iba noon, hindi sila active nga pupunta, hindi katulad ngayon, nga active sila. Mga mabait ngayon, sa totoo lang. At saka dito sa Baguio, wala akong nabalitan yung nangungutong or whatever yung mga traffic. Mababait sila, advisean ka ng tama. Kasi maganda ang record ng kapulisan ng Baguio City sa totoo dito sa Benguet.
In summary, PROCOR did not just attain its targets, but consistently stayed way higher to gain soft and hard benefits resulting into irreversible impact. To this end, PROCOR founded itself in its sufficient and optimized resources and completed infrastructure projects for a conducive and a safe workplace for its personnel and clients. Personnel were equipped with sufficient trainings, given due recognition, welfare and benefits, and values formation, resulting to discipline, commitment, and motivation in fulfilling their mandate for crime prevention and solution. This gained the confidence and cooperation of the community, resulting to an all-time low record of crimes and breakthroughs in crime clearance and solution efficiencies. Internally, these noteworthy accomplishments place PROCOR in the national picture to be the third in the Public Safety Index nationwide, second in lowest crime incidents, and first in having the lowest focused crimes, and first in the Peace and Order Index on the national crime trend for 2019 and 2020. Based on the assessment of the DIDM. From the community, their appreciation to the police was shown through their almost perfect ratings on trust, respect, safety, and police performance satisfaction. The Cordillera was recognized as the safest place in the country in 2017. Baguio City was recognized as among the safest cities in Southeast Asia in 2018, according to NAMBIO. It was also declared as a UNESCO Creative City. With the trust and confidence on the peace and security, data from the Department of Tourism showed 25.43% increase in tourist arrivals in 2018 compared to 2016 data. Cordillera likewise recorded the fastest economic growth in 2017 and placed third nationwide in the National Human Development Index in 2019, while the province of Benguet placed second nationwide on the HDI for 2021, according to the PSA. With safety comes economic growth. This was proven as the GDP of the Cordillera have shown a 10.23% increase from the 2017 to 2019. With these accomplishments, we gained the appreciation of our auditors in the 6 mandatory elements for us to be rated with best practice, and on our impact evaluation, we rated with high impact. On the findings and recommendations during the audit, we came up with a comprehensive action plan for the appropriate actions we are to undertake. Moving forward, we commit to sustain our best practices and our assertive implementation of initiatives to further sustain our remarkable breakthroughs in the 4 perspectives, especially on our crime prevention and crime solution mandates that were fully appreciated by our community. We will sustain the cascading of the strategy for an in-depth appreciation of individual personnel towards a fully transformed organization, and we will pursue the institutionalization of our line units. True enough, the implementation of the PNP Patrol Plan 2030 led to the numerous breakthroughs that brought about remarkable transformation and PROCOR and irreversible impact to the community.
The Cordillera Administrative Region is one of the major sources of PNP personnel in the country, and nobody can dispute when it comes to bravery and dedication to service. PNP personnel from this region are the forces that we can rely and depend on. Home of the most disciplined cops. At personal ako nagpapasalamat sa inyo dahil karamihan sa mga feature stories natin ng PNP, good deeds ay galing dito.
These impactful breakthroughs have proven that PROCOR had been true in its journey to attain its vision of being a highly capable, effective, and credible police regional office working in partnership with the responsive community towards the attainment of a safer place to live, work, and do business. Agbiag, matago-tago, hagiyo, madite-diteng, gawis, tipol de police.
Thank you very much, General Ronald Lee, the Regional Director of Cordillera. You are 25 seconds short. We can now start entertaining clarifications and questions from the members of the panel.